This is a warning. The Pinellas podcast features videos and audio content from the internet and live in-studio guests. While most of the content is family-friendly and approved for all audiences, we cannot guarantee the show to be rated G at all times. So please proceed with caution. Now, we welcome you to sit back and enjoy the show. It's time for the Pinellas podcast live.
Yep, first one in 2026. Am I right about that?
First podcast in 2026, dude. Can you believe it?
First live pod. I got to be honest with you. Today felt like the first day of the new year. Like I just haven't been able to get that, whatever that is when a new year kicks in. I woke up today. I was like, shit, I think today's the real first day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, for sure. I think that first week, you're kind of knocking the cobwebs off. I know what are we at, January 13th? I bet there are people watching right now that have already screwed their New Year's resolution up.
Oh, dude, there's people right now that are just thinking about 27's resolution.
Put 26 in the books. I can't.
Yeah, I gave it a shot. I mean, I gave it a shot, but I think it's just going to be better to focus on 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, I got to tell you, man, it's been... just with everything going on around here, a lot of it's good stuff too. You know, as we're so far away from the hurricanes and businesses are coming back. There's a few businesses that are coming back and getting ready to come back, which we'll talk about some of that coming up too. All the drama on Treasure Island, man, with the commission and the fighting. I had 3 phone calls yesterday, and these are people I don't know, right? But they're reaching out to me and they're giving me all of this information. At 3:00 yesterday afternoon, I was like, am I on Law and Order? I'm like, what the hell is going on? It is wild on Treasure Island. I just put a post out on Facebook, and I said that if you guys want to come on and bring some of this on the live, feel free to do it. So we might have some random people pop in, and we should mention anybody who's watching right now. Feel free to pop in. Feel free to just come on and click the link in the description there in the post, and you can pop on. So we have some scheduled guests, but you can also come on. And,
it's the only podcast in the United States of America, as far as I'm aware, that just lets random people from our community come in. But that's what we're all about. That's what you wanted. You started this thing wanting to give people a voice and then sort of a platform, which it's blooming into something fantastic. And it's nice that we can invite anybody from any town, any creation, doesn't matter. You come on, you can enjoy yourself and have some fun.
Anybody, and you said it best, the United States of America, just come on. Because I'm telling you, and it's funny, you and I will laugh sometimes. Like I'll shoot you a call, I'll be like, read these messages, and I'm like, people are just going crazy. I'm like, just come on the live, man. We'll promote your thing, or if you want to put your gripe out there, it's cool with us. I mean, it's really no rules.
Usually they don't.
Usually they don't, man. And it's that's my new thing, boy. Everybody, there's all these derangement syndromes. I'm thinking there's a live derangement syndrome where it's like, live? No, I'm not going live. No, not live. But boy, you want me to read your information.
Yeah.
And you want me to be on the hot seat. No, you come on and talk about it, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it's kind of funny though. But anybody watching, if you want to come on, if you've got something to promote, if you've got something you want to get off your chest, to bitch and moan, feel free. Like Billy said, this is only live podcast, I think, in America where you can just jump on and do it. So feel free to just hit that link. You can be on your phone, laptop, iPad, whatever, and come on. So we've got some guests that are scheduled real quick. I want to get to our friends at Sustainable Turf. My boy Justin over there. They are back in 2026 with the podcast discount. So Sustainable turffl.com. You can also go to our Facebook page and check out their Facebook and their Instagram, stuff like that. But you're saving between $500 and $1,000. So if you get between 500 and 1,000 square feet of turf, $500 off with the Pinellas podcast discount. If you go over 1,000 square feet, he's going to knock off $1,000 with.
That's big, man.
Big, dude. And I know he. Surprised you haven't taken him up yet. He was going to put a putting green in your yard, so I know.
Yeah.
That's one of your 2020. I told him though, man, you do that, I'll never see Billy again, boy.
Yeah.
He'll be like, where's Billy? I think he's outside putting. There's a hurricane. He doesn't care, man.
Working on my short game, dude.
Yeah, he's out there doing this thing. But thank you, Sustainable Turf and Justin. Great podcast discount. I'm telling a lot of people to take advantage of that. We've been out there every day since we got it, man. The kids, the dog. I mean, it's just no bugs. I mean, it's like
I know when I roll down the street, I can always tell, even if I'm not paying attention, because it's like kind of cool on, and then yours like bam. I'm like, look at that, dude. That thing's
it pops. That's for sure.
It does pop.
The problem, I shouldn't say the problem, but like with the kids, you automatically become the cool yard. Like, so now,
yeah, dude. Could you imagine, like, when we were growing up playing football on kind of artificial turf? You're like, I would have that thing lined up with chalk. I'm surprised Trayer hasn't lined it up yet. And we started refereeing some flag football in your house.
There's been some classic battles already on the turf. So, that you got to be careful about that. All right, let's see. Let's get to who was supposed to. Damon from Chicago Jacks was going to be on 12:05.
We have the Attic Queen standing by. If you want to.
Well, if the Attic Queen is here, let's jump into the attic.
I
like
love
what
it.
I did there? What's up, Attic Queen?
Not much. Living the dream.
All right, so this is Jessica. And Jessica, you are the owner of Attic Queen, right?
Founder and owner. Yep.
Okay, and are you guys out of Palm Harbor, Oldsmar?
Oldsmar, Florida.
Okay, yeah. So it's fun, and thanks for reaching out. So it's you got a great good marketing and everything, because Attic Queen, right off the bat, I'm like, what is this? Like, and then I'm watching your videos, and you're in the attic. And by the way, were you just on Shark Tank or something?
I just flew to Vegas to audition to be on Shark Tank. Yes.
What?
On Friday, yeah.
Okay, because I knew you had. I don't know where you want to start. That's very exciting, but I want to talk about your business too.
Right. So basically 90% of people across the country need insulation. Attic Queen, we just do things a little bit differently. Your house basically operates as a system, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I actually saw somebody posted on your site last week about, do you think about an HVAC podcast? And I love that, because HVAC and insulation, everything all ties together as a system. So there's a lot of companies that are just, offering insulation just because it's such a necessity. 90% of people need it, yes, but it doesn't get to the core root of what the issue is. So at Attic Queen, we basically come out and we tell you, even though, yes, Duke Energy saying you need insulation and here's this free money. But a lot of times, if you really want to get down to issues of like smells or moisture, humidity, people feeling sick inside the house, that's typically the people that we try to work with. So
how did you get involved in that? I mean, it's a nasty job.
It's horrible. It's literally the worst job on the planet. And I did not, I'm not even kidding you. Like,
well, let me ask you something before you get into that. Is that you with a picture of a rat?
That's me. It's absolutely me. Oh, wait, hold on.
Do you have a rat?
Do you have a rat?
Wait. So this is the skeleton of, it just dripped on me. That's really gross.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I call it attic treasure. And it's really disgusting. Like, I don't know. This has been soaking in a jar for like over a year.
But what is in there?
That's an opossum, and it has the vertebrae connected to it. I'll show you a really cool one. But
why do you have that?
Why not?
I love this girl.
Wait. Should I show it to you, or should we wait? Because I know I only have 10 minutes, but we could literally be on here for the whole week. So,
I mean, you came out with an opossum skull. I mean, I think we got to keep this going.
Is it? Is it an opossum? You just don't know what's in here.
Oh my God!
I'll tell
you, if your goal was to cut calories in 2026, we are helping you today, boy. I'm not eating till tomorrow.
So I used to be 40 pounds overweight when I started doing this job. I had like horrible cystic acne, like all over my face. I went through a life transformation. I worked in corporate America for 16 years, and I met a life coach, and I realized nothing was more important than health and happiness. I quit my career. I ended up broken homeless, but did like all personal development stuff. Then I got recruited into this industry by a businessman, not a building science man. So I helped pretty much build his company, and I worked for him for a year. Loved it, and found out about a training. He told me I could go. I got fired for going to training. So that training changed my life, and that's how Attic Queen came about. But it's insane. So speaking of insane, this is like what I live for. So this is the smaller version that soaked for like over 2 years. This caused a massive clog in my hose when I was vacuuming out all the insulation. But
what is that? Is that a rat or an opossum?
No, this one is an opossum.
Oh my God.
It's like, I'm really sad because I went to a home show and somebody picked it up and broke out like some of the teeth.
Yeah. So, well, there's nothing worse when they start picking up your possums and stuff. You know what? Just hands to yourself.
They keep flying everywhere. So.
What a story. So I want to, okay. So, and just for people who are just jumping on, this is the Attic Queen. And I'm just trying to get myself together here with all your animals and stuff. Anyway, this is the Attic Queen. So she can come out to your attic. She can coach you on insulation. I know you do clean outs, it looked like. And a lot of things.
If you need to embalm anything, how did this thing turn liquid? Did it just turn liquid?
Oh no. So basically when we remove all the insulation, the next thing we'll do is we'll go around with an enzyme and kind of sanitize it and deodorize it. It's kind of a nice little added touch because number one, most companies aren't even offering extractions to clean it out. And number two, the ones that are doing it aren't sanitizing it. So I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of get in my own head and I'm like, oh, let me just make this disgusting thing look beautiful again. Just like our goal is to make attics great again.
People ask me all the time. They're like, is there enough to talk about in Pinellas County to have a channel devoted to just Pinellas County? I said, don't you worry. You could go on for a million years. And here's the Attic Queen. You see what I'm saying?
I could literally go on for a million years about stuff in your house and your attic and how it.
Yeah. That's exciting.
So I do have to make a statement though. So again, I have a crazy story. I personally do not go out to homes anymore. About 2 years into my business, I had a really bad ladder accident and I crushed my spine. So I'm all metal. So the alternative was to shut my business down or to kind of reinvent my systems and operations to allow inspectors to go out, duplicate, take a look at everything. We all review it, and then I could still have eyes on it, document everything. So I personally don't go out because physically, thankfully I'm not paralyzed, but I just have way too many physical limitations, and I just love it.
Jessica, Christian just commented, come over, and then you said, I don't go out to the places anymore, and he responded, fuck.
I know, so it's very rare that it's funny, I call it, I open up all my videos, Attic Queen on the scene. So I don't, unless it's like a really big job or shit hit the fan, and I got to show up, which again, I have an amazing team. I have levels that I had to put in place to kind of allow me to continue to run my business. And it was funny because in the beginning, everyone's like, you need to get out of the attic and grow your business, stop working in your business. And I'm like, man, I'm losing all this weight. I'm getting paid to exercise. I'm coming down. And these people are like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's like 160 degrees in your attic. And you come out and you feel like you're just finished the best war. And, it's like, it's hard work, but, so.
I hate attics. I hate attics.
Like when my surgeon looked at me in the face and was like, you will never go in an attic again, I started crying. I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? He's like, I don't care. He's like, I'm like, so there's the whole other part of that.
Okay, well, let's get to, and obviously, we want people to check you out, check your company out. I mean, that's part of, why we do that. I mean, obviously we've nailed them both here. See, usually our thing is like, we want to promote local businesses because, if without local businesses, you really don't have a community. We also want to talk to interesting people. We've hit a double with you.
We hit a gold. Both. I knew as soon as we saw the opossum skull, I knew we were in for something fun. I'm still not sure how it got to be liquid, but you know what? I love it.
So the liquid is the enzyme that after we clean your attic out, we sanitize your attic with. So I'm just soaking it in the product that we use on your thing. I don't know. It's just fun.
It sounds fun.
I was thinking of fun when you said that, when you showed it. I thought fun.
Yeah.
Listen, my fun used to be vacuuming in attics. And now since I can't do that anymore, I have to do like science projects and like make important decisions and stuff.
I think you were probably, Jessica, onto something way before a lot of people. But I saw a guy the other day, he was doing some random podcast. He makes $800. He cleans out your garage. He makes $800 per garage. And that's all he does is you go to the garage. He takes everything out. He cleans the garage. If you want to keep his stuff, he'll put it back. If not, he'll throw it away. And I'm like, but it's so true. And attics are another thing. And I know that you're adding in the insulation component, which is going to save energy bills and things like that. But it's just the simple stuff. Somebody just wrote, Chase just wrote, you should put "I love attics" on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I have "Bad Mother Sucker" on a hat with a hose on it.
Of
Actually,
course
over there.
Because
we suck insulation out. So
Yeah, no,
I like that. So let's talk about, because I didn't even know when you had reached out that you were on Shark Tank. We did a little investigating about you, and then I said, gosh, she's in Vegas. I think she's on Shark Tank. What are you doing? Are you allowed to tell us what you pitched them?
So yes, because it was just open call. But basically, I am looking to franchise Attic Queen. So I again founded this, and again, as a woman that does not belong doing this type of work, I found, I like working out, I like helping people. I really found a purpose doing this, and it is a very, again, 90% of people across the country need it. So, I think there's a lot of women out there that, maybe they're working corporate America, or maybe they spent their whole life taking, as a homemaker, where all they needed to do was stay home and vacuum and take care of the kids, and now their husband doesn't need them anymore. So, I'm going to teach them to get paid to vacuum and do what women are supposed to do. But there's, it's a really good, no, seriously, I worked in corporate America for 16 years. I was vice president in banking, and I did this crazy life transformation. The people I talked to, like, that knew me back then, they're like, what a transformation. But again, there's so many, like, over 500 million people Googled "is my house making me sick?" And again, when I broke my back, I was going to shut my business down. I get out of bed every day, despite the pain, despite the stress of owning a business. People need what we do. They don't just need insulation. And I really, when people are telling me how sick they're feeling inside their house, like, I feel that, it's really a lot, because people need that type of work. So there needs to be more of me across the country.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. I love the idea. And I think you've got great energy and good personality. Like, I think franchising's hard. It's hard because you lose a little bit of control and everything, but I think people would genuinely probably like doing business with you. Probably. I don't know. I think you're interesting. So who are the Sharks, by the way? I don't even know who's on Shark Tank anymore.
They still have it wasn't even like that. So open call, you just basically go in there and you pitch their lower level.
Yeah.
So it actually was CES was going on. So the last open call they did, I heard there was only like 120 people. There was over 400 people that showed up. And it was just mobbed. So it was pretty much an all day process. You show up early, you get your wristbands, and then they split it up into different waves. And basically,
how'd it go?
Well, I had more time to perfect my pitch. No, basically, they don't tell anybody until a certain date. They're like, if you don't hear from us by this date, you didn't get it. And we're not emailing you. We're not writing you a letter. We're going to actually call you, and it's going to be from this area code. So I'm like, I know I'm getting a call. I had my tambourine. I obviously you saw my outfit if you saw the video.
I saw the outfit, yeah.
Yeah. I got all out. It's just...
If you have a tambourine, they'll call you back for sure. I just want to go back real quick. So when you're vacuuming, you suck up an opossum or a rat or something. Is that... How do you know can you feel it boulder through the hose, or are you just surprised later?
You feel it. You'll feel certain things. Like sometimes you guys should come to a job site. I will personally meet you. Like I said, I don't go to job sites anymore. I'll meet you guys, or I'll come do one of your attics. And sometimes if there's a lot of rodent feces or roofing debris, it sounds like almost a rain stick coming down the hose. It's like,
yeah, no, there's nothing better. That sounds like a lot of fun. I bet Mark would do it in 2 seconds. He'd probably just do it for free.
Well, I was just going to offer my services for free. Yeah, that was just what I was thinking.
You know what's funny? So I have people all over the country that do this type of work, or they want to start doing it my way, and they're like, oh, I'll come work for you for free. I just want to learn. I'm like, this is hard work. I would never have somebody work for me and not pay them.
Yeah.
Because if I'm making money, now if it's your own house, I'll show up with the equipment. Maybe we'll do it for free. But I would never expect anybody to do this work for free. So, but
what
I feel like we should try it.
Before we let you go, can you give an idea of like, because I'm sure there's people watching now and they're like, okay, I think my attic, I hate going up there. It's like when the drip pan is maybe overflowing, I get up there, with the AC unit. Aside from that, but I think like I either have a little bit of insulation or maybe none at all. So you go up there, like what is like an average size house? Like can you give people kind of a price point or so many variables that it's hard to do maybe? I mean, I don't want to put
there are variables. I'm going to give you a basic rundown of it. All right. So most attics have about 0 to like 4 inches of insulation up until they changed building code. It used to be R19. It's now R30. So how they used to manufacture insulation, it would basically break down over time. So it started off as 6 with R19 down to 3 inches. So basically, if your insulation is more than 20 years old, if you've ever had rodents, if you want to air seal, spray foam, more efficient, if you have allergies, you want to suck it all out. To do a full job on average, a basic home, to remove, sanitize, air seal the penetrations on the attic floor, and then re-insulate with R38, which is what the Department of Energy recommends, you're looking at anywhere from like $350 to $650 a square foot. If when I say upwards of $650 a square foot, do you have knee walls? Do you have 57 can lights that you installed that need covers? So it really all depends. But if you have a basic house, you're looking, for a full service, about $350 a square foot to remove, sanitize, air seal. Also, if you're a Duke Energy customer, they give you on the insulation and air sealing portion of it, you can get up to $800 off of your insulation project. So that's money right off the bat that Duke is giving you if you're a Duke Energy customer. And then Dunedin residents have a resiliency program where they have a grant of like up to $2,500 as well. So, the work to do it right isn't cheap, right? Like I said, like starting for full makeovers to remove and air seal and blow back $350. But if you're looking to add, you're usually at about like $1-ish a square foot to just add to what's there. So.
Okay. Well, that's good for people. That's good for people to know. And you do it the right way. See, if I were you, I'd be like, we'll just put the new shit on top of the old shit. They're like, no, we got to check the old shit.
That's how you do it.
That's exactly why. Yeah. I just, I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty good. Well, listen, Jessica, you're a lot of fun. What is it? atticqueen.com?
Yeah.
Okay. atticqueen.com.
So now that you're not out of the job site, did you just hang out at the office today? Like, what do you do now?
What do you do now?
It's as long as I have my phone, my laptop, I'm always available. So today I'm in the office. Sometimes I work from home. I have a lot of meetings. Again, I'm trying to make moves here. So, I'm just doing whatever I need to do to keep moving in the right direction and being a good person.
Yeah, you're a good person. You're always laughing and smiling. You're bubbly, right? You're upbeat.
Oh yeah.
How big is your team, by the way?
We are, I think 11 right now.
Oh damn. Okay, so you've got to manage people. Yeah, you've got people that you need that you're responsible for. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of doing it.
All right. Other than the rat and the opossum, what's the craziest thing you've ever found in an attic?
I did a joint job with a company where it was a murder-suicide cleanup, and it was like a 13-hour standoff. Crazy. Wait. So they had to gas this house. It was in Carrollwood. They had to gas this house to get into the house.
Like tear gas?
Yeah. So when I went into the house, they're like, come on, we'll walk you through. Now, 80% of the cleanup was almost done, but they left a couple of the splatters on the ceiling. I'm like, oh, you missed a spot. But I just have this weird ear thing. So then I go in the attic. That's actually where this is from. This raccoon head clogged in it. So anyway, I got messed up from the tear gas.
I'm just telling you right now, we're going to pick up on your story. If the damn producers of Shark Tank were just watching this, you would be on it. I'm telling you.
That's what I mean. Like, yes. I'm just saying, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I don't get a deal from them, I don't need it. But it's just, I mean, bucket list item. Like, who doesn't go on Shark Tank? But anyway,
Yeah.
that job was the craziest job because it affected. This is one I physically did. I got sick from the tear gas, even though I had a respirator and everything on. It was the most insane job ever, just because of the situation, and like my body was feeling like prickly and tingly, and it just wasn't right. So anyway,
we've had a lot of interesting, fun people. You are top 5. I mean,
top 5, top 3,
maybe top 3. I mean, it just, and you've got a cool business to go. But see, isn't it like, honestly, cleaning attics, like when you said, I was like, okay, I mean, I think it's super important. And I'm with you with the air quality and mold, everything that is important about an attic, and the house is a system and it needs to work right. But without your personality, I don't know that this business is that interesting. I mean, you are the secret sauce.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And the dead possum also, but,
and the raccoon.
The raccoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my chain, all of it. It's just all a good time all the time.
At any point during the Christmas party or New Year, did you dare anybody to drink some of the possum juice? Because, I mean,
actually, it's funny because I had one of my customers, I brought him out of retirement to help me fix my books. He invented this thing where he basically goes to like Africa or something, and like something with the water. But anyway, he's like, oh, you can use this and put water in it anywhere and drink it. So I was like, will you drink this? Put this water in here.
Yes.
And he's like, I don't know if I would do it. And I'm like, well, you're telling me in the puddles of Africa that you can drink this water.
Yeah, there's a lot of opossums in Africa, I'm sure. Yeah. So I mean, this would be a good test.
Right. So
that poor guy was probably like, I left retirement for this.
I went. That was one of the jobs where I had a manager that recently had gotten let go, and he was uncomfortable about like, well, I hope this job is going to get done right. Now, mind you, 2 other contractors went out and pitched him like, oh, just add insulation. Here, it's a $3,500 bill. We went out there and you're like, no, it's $12,000. And he's like, what? But it was like a 3,000 square foot house with knee walls, with 4 bath exhausts, and he had 23 can lights. So a lot more detail. So it put him down a rabbit hole. But I personally had to show up to that job site because I felt him being a little uncomfortable. So when I showed up, he's like, oh, I'm like, show me where the most uncomfortable spot of your house is. So he takes me in his bathroom and he's like, oh, I'm a retired CFO and I did this. I'm like, I'm going to get you out of retirement. I kid you not. My books are beautiful, by the way. But, and we fixed his house really good. And anyway, so we got to get him on here to put that water in his little invention.
Yeah.
All right. That is the Attic Queen. Jessica,
Thank you guys.
Let's stay in touch. Okay.
Yeah, can we go in your attic? I'll come.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mark.
I
we should work something out with my attic. I mean, it seems at this point. Yeah, it seems at this point we need to do something with the attic. Let me come up with something, and we'll figure it out.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. The Attic Queen. atticqueen.com.
I don't know.
Oldsmar, and I got to tell you another award-winning Pinellas County business that you just wouldn't think would be fun, cleaning out attics, insulation. And I'm going to tell you, man, when somebody thinks about things like bringing the props and stuff like that, I'm like, that's really good. Like, that's some cool shit that I wouldn't have imagined.
Yeah.
So,
how about when she spilled it on herself a little bit, though?
Yeah, that's the thing, because you might need a hazmat team, like when, with some of the stuff. But although I will tell you, when she talked about the murder and the tear gas and everything, like you would think that that's a job that just isn't, whatever. I would never imagine the Attic Queen's got to deal with murders and tear gas and stuff.
Yeah. It's a weird day at work when you got to clean that up. But I mean, you and I have been in a lot of places together where if you had a vat of opossum juice, it would be dangerous. Like, cause there's a lot of different things you could do with that.
Yeah. And it's just in there, like kind of coagulating. It's marinating. I don't know what all right. Was trying to get somebody on, Damon, but Damon, I don't know. You said you're here, but I don't see you. So, all you have to do is click that link and come in. Let's get to Glenn. Who I think is ready. Glenn, can you see and hear us?
Yeah, sure can. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Glenn. Glenn is the owner of Coco's. Now, Glenn, let me get this right, because so you've got Coco's, kind of the OG Coco's, Clearwater Beach, and then you've got Coco's Indian Rocks Beach, Gulf Boulevard.
That's correct. And there's a third one actually as well, in Clearwater Beach. We have 2 locations in Clearwater Beach. We're on the north side of the roundabout. Yeah, you guys are pulling up. That's the OG one right there. We do have a North Beach location. That's the original one that started it all. And then we just opened up 2 years ago the one in Indian Rocks Beach as well. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I
do things backwards. I went to the new one first, and I haven't been to the other one. So I'll get there in reverse. I'll experience it in reverse. I mean, so Coco's and the Crush. I mean, that's, notoriously, from my experience, that's an Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk thing. Is that the background in this?
That is. My dad is 94, and he still lives on 39th Street as we speak in Ocean City. So, yeah.
Yeah, I could hear it in your voice, the Maryland.
You going down the ocean there, hun? Going down the ocean. You going down the ocean there, hun?
Yep. Going down the ocean, hun. Gonna go bowling. Gonna go bowling down on the ocean.
That's it right there. That's
what's funny is I've lived all over. I grew up in Maryland, and Ocean City is it's my favorite memory is going down there as a child. But and not to take the podcast too far off, but I always thought there was like Ocean Cities were everywhere. And it turns out that is really like the only place on planet Earth where you could have what that is down there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That's where I grew up, and pretty proud of that. It's kind of cool. It's one of the greatest places ever to certainly hang out. I've been a Maryland guy most of my life, so tried to bring. Listen, if you can't invent it yourself, steal like an artist is what I always like to say. So I literally took the Orange Crush from Ocean City and brought it to Florida here, just because I couldn't get an Orange Crush when I moved here. So,
I was there.
You can see there's our Maryland crab cake too. I hate saying you got a Maryland crab cake on a Florida menu, but trust me, it is the real deal.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's one of the biggest disasters on the beach. Is when I see the Maryland crab cake, I just go, yeah, right. I mean, I hate to be negative. I haven't had yours, Glenn, so I'm going to try it. Right, I will definitely. I'll try it, and with that accent you have, if you've ruined the crab cake, there's no hope for you with that accent. I would imagine you've got a good one.
Well, I would hope so, because if I'm going to ruin an Orange Crush and I'm going to ruin a crab cake, I don't know how I'm in business. So.
And just so you know, Glenn, like Mark and I, when we go to a place that says, Maryland crab cakes, we're kind of like snobby, or like, okay, let's see, are they using lump crab? Let's see, how is it a lot of bread? You know how it is. Yeah. But you look like you're the real deal there.
Well, so we use blue crab meat, and then we use back fin, 2 pounds of back fin, and then 1 pound of colossal jumbo lump mixed in with that. So it's a 3-pound recipe, and then we make it coarse and batch, because that 3 pounds will get you not too many crab cakes. Right. But that's how we do that recipe. So we don't use anything below back fin. We just don't. And
that's awesome.
When you can fold that colossal jumbo lump in there, and you can see it. That picture is extremely accurate that you flashed up on the from the website there. That's just us taking a picture with an iPhone at the end of the day.
I tell people down here that have lived here their whole life, okay, and we'll go places, and some of these places we go, they're like some of my favorite places. Like I go there all the time, and they say, "Oh, you got to have the crab cake," and I said, "No, I don't." I took one look at that thing. I said that. It's not supposed to look like a patty, like a patty from Wendy. It's got to be lumpy and messy and imperfect. You need to look at that, the lumps, and I mean that's what you need right there. But people, it's one thing, and it's so funny because there's much more water here than in Maryland. You've got that strip of boardwalk, and that's it. But it's like but the crab cake thing never really made it down here as far as the native Floridians. Now, a lot of people move down here. The snowbirds, of course, they come, they love it. But I got to tell you, I've probably turned on 2-3 dozen people over the years here to Maryland crab cakes, because but I got to tell them how to make, like I said, you got to go home and make it. It's hard to find a spot, man. You know that.
It is. It truly is. And quite frankly, I mean, we fly the Ravens flag, we fly the Orioles flag into place as well. And
Well, I'm with you halfway.
The biggest critics are
like the Orioles, not the Ravens.
I'm with you on the Orioles. That's good. I got the halfway. That's cool.
Well, I'm happy that we don't have Harbaugh anymore. I'll just say that. So
really, I mean, dude, he's such a good coach. I mean,
only a Ravens fan. Years of winning and winning and winning.
Too much winning around here, dude.
Winning with this Harbaugh guy. I'm tired of winning.
Winning, but not being able to take it to the next level. 1-8 in post.
Glenn, just so you know, we're Redskins fans, so what you've done.
Too. I just glad you said Redskins. There you go.
Of course.
That's right. Of course we did. Put that flag up.
I'm all right with the Redskins too. Always did like them as well. But
so when we look at the Baltimore franchise with a little bit of envy in the last 20 years because so it is good though.
Tell me about.
I like to follow Tampa as well, and that was a tough ending.
NFL is so weird right now. Not get off on a tangent, but all of these great coaches who are losing their jobs because Harbaugh is a great coach. I mean, I get maybe the time and sometimes it is a change of scenery thing. They want Bowles gone from here. That's not going to happen. I think they're going to stick with them. Now the Steelers fans, they're unreasonable. They want Tomlin out. I mean, it's just a bizarre time right now in the NFL. You get perennial winners and their fan bases are like at their doorsteps with torches and pitchforks. It's crazy.
It's just sometimes when you have talent on a team and you can't take it to the next level, there's some things, 18 seasons with Harbaugh, 19 seasons with Tomlin in there, and sometimes maybe it's just time for a change in these places. Sometimes you got to shake it up, and Baltimore was known for defense with Ray Lewis and all those guys back in the days, and Steel Curtain into and now that game last night was tough to watch. That was almost like JV football at the end of the day. It was bad.
Both sides of it were terrible. I couldn't listen. Before we let you go, so people who are watching now, and then inevitably this episode will live on forever across our social channels. If people haven't been to Coco's, what do you do in the Crush? I mean, it's very It's very unique. It's a very unique item. What do you recommend for people who are going in and maybe it's the first time? Do you is it right to the Orange Crush? Right, like let's go get it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I tell people get a crush and a cake at the end of the day.
I like it.
You got to try an Orange Crush. We sell more orange. I buy more oranges than anybody in Pinellas County. I wish I had my own orange grove, quite frankly. But it's the original thing. I get a lot of Maryland people actually tell me that our Orange Crush is actually better than the ones there. We make our own vodka now. We've gotten that popular. So we have our own orange and grapefruit flavored vodkas.
Oh, nice. Do you do orange vodka with the orange too, like a double orange, or do you just use
right? So it's a fresh squeeze. By the way, we do not pre-do anything. You are going to get, when you order a Orange Crush at our place, that bartender will literally squeeze and cut a fresh orange right in front of your eyes, and it goes directly into your cup. We don't pre-batch anything. Everything is fresh every single time. So when you go there, we're going to put that orange in there for you. We're going to pour some our orange vodka in it, triple sec, splash of Sprite. It's that simple. And the best part about it is it's over what I call Chick-fil-A or nugget ice. We actually have the true flaked nugget ice.
All right, you talk me into it. I can't. We got to make a trip over there now. How many locations do you have?
We have 3 locations: 2 in Clearwater Beach, and then 1 in Indian Rocks Beach. They're all unique in their own separate way. OG, the one that started all, it's all outdoors, live music 7 nights a week. The other 2 are a little bit more restaurant based, and they have a little bit bigger seafood flair with entrees and that way. There's private events that you can do. We have wedding parties that come in constantly. We're the home of spring training for the Phillies when they come down, obviously. We have 2 bars in Baycare Stadium. So you can get an Orange Crush while you're watching a Phillies game for spring training this year. And
that's a great stadium. That's a great stadium.
And there are upgrades, and they're going to do some upgrades up there. They put, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but they took the old Citizens Bank Parks original scoreboard, and they brought it down here to Philadelphia. So this year you're going to see a brand new scoreboard in right field. and it's absolutely beautiful. I got to go up there and hit that in practice the other day, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, at least some of those Eagle fans will have something to do here in a couple months,
and not jump off the Ben Franklin Bridge right now. Exactly. You come down here and hang out.
Oh, that's good.
Exactly.
Well, listen, Glenn, you're a lot of fun to talk to. Thanks for bringing a taste of Maryland down here. And there's some comments here. I don't know if it's Karen or Curran. But they say they tell their guests about your place when they stay at Sunshine Stay, Indian Rocks Beach. I really like this setup at Indian Rocks Beach. One of my sons, his travel baseball team, at the end of some tournaments, if they're on that side of town, that's their go-to spot. So you've done a good job. That's a fun spot there. Because I mean, you're inside, but you got the huge windows. It feels like you're outside, so it's cool.
Yeah, that was the whole concept. We everything's large. Rolling garage doors. So we the whole theme of it when I designed that was to bring the outside in, and I think it kind of turned out and did pretty well doing that. Yeah,
no, you did great. Well, listen, we'll keep in touch. We'll have to pop in and see you, and we'll talk about the boardwalk and all the other stuff that.
Yeah, man, we got to talk about Purple Moose Saloon and secrets, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We'll have a crush and a cake, and we'll have some good stories to talk about.
Gonna need a few of those crushes. Yeah, we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Glenn. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Take care. Also, got to say thank you to our friends at Hage Fence. Go to hagefence.com. They also have a Pinellas podcast discount. They came and they fenced in my turf, and it's absolutely gorgeous. All these businesses we promote. Pinellas County businesses, family businesses, no exception. The Hage Fence, they're giving you a free gate with any fence job over 100 feet. By the way, that's like a $450 to $500 value. So if you're going to get fencing, why not save the money and get the free gate? So that's hagefence.com. It's like age with an H. Hagefence.com, but you got to ask for the Pinellas podcast discount so that you can take advantage of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, everybody's got a fence. And so I tell people, just use the Pinellas podcast. It's the same thing with sustainable turf. Just save the money. So do that. But they're a great company to work with. And it was a lot of fun working with them. So good people, just good people. And they run a great business there at Hage Fence. Let's see here. By the way, if anybody wants to jump in with any random comments, feel free.
We got Matthew standing by here.
Oh, okay. Matthew is here. Yeah. Damon was going to come on.
Yeah, I think he might be having technical difficulties.
He's having some problems. So, I don't think we're gonna be able to get to that. So let's get to, Matthew. What's going on, Matthew?
Hey there. Thanks for having me on today.
Thanks for coming on. Give me some help with your last name. If I had to guess, Barrowclough.
Close. Yeah, it's Barrowclough.
Barrowclough. Okay.
UFF.
Okay,
Yeah.
Barrowclough. So you are running for a commissioner spot on Indian Rocks Beach. You sent a message saying that people basically either love you or hate you.
Yeah.
Is that which I thought was kind of an interesting. You've also been a part, I think, of several lawsuits about short-term rentals and things like that. Looks like maybe you're the plaintiff in a lot of these deals with the city. So obviously, is that what's inspired you to run for commissioner?
Part of it, I say that like a little tongue in cheek. People love me or hate me. I'm an action-oriented guy. And I want to see the best for Indian Rocks Beach, and I want people to have their, be able to do what they're entitled to do within the law with their property. So I've been here, a resident here for the last 4 years. So having gone through this fight, having gone through the hurricane recovery, short-term rentals offer a lot of opportunity for people to offset some of the cost of rebuilding. Savings on the taxes, but it's also particularly in Indian Rocks Beach, it's a destination for people. There's obviously people are there like I do, and it offers a nice kind of balance. But what I've seen happen in the city with all the refocus or the city's budgetary focus on fighting vacation owners versus repairing the city's infrastructure. My house floods my street floods every heavy rainstorm or a king tide. And we live in an age where that shouldn't be happening. But it does.
So you are pro the owner, because you own rental property. So you are pro rental property. Do you want any type of regulation? I mean, because I think Airbnb now, what are they capping it at, like 16 people or 12 people or something in a house? Or are you kind of more like, it's my house, I've turned it into a business. It's no longer a residence anymore. It's a business, and I should be able to run my business the way I want.
Well, I mean, I think the market actually corrects everything. You know, if you have a 1-bedroom house and you say, well, I'm going to put in 6 people, eventually the house gets destroyed by the 6 people, or people don't like that size house. So the idea that we have limitations on occupancy, it's already being corrected by the market. So I'm in favor of what the owner wants to do. I understand where people might have a concern about that. We already have ordinances in place and rules in place to limit the issues that people think that large groups have, and we have a noise ordinance, like most places in America have a noise ordinance. What we don't do here in most places, we don't enforce those ordinances. So they created a whole new ordinance to kind of chase rentals for the problems they say they exist, but don't actually exist.
So yeah, they created an ordinance to kind of cover up the other ordinances. And I mean, is there a fee that you're having to pay so you have to pay the standard fees and everything like that? But was part of that ordinance, I think I read something, is that now they want you to pay something else to the city they're like layering fees. Yeah.
So I mean, across my properties, I probably pay close to like $10,000 a year in the tourist development tax, which all went, you know, for the listeners, all the beach renourishment was paid by tourist development taxes. None of it came from Pinellas County residents.
Right.
So I'm paying fees. I'm paying taxes on that. I'm paying taxes of the state. I'm paying increased property taxes within the city. But I'm also paying registration fees to the state and to the city to do that. So it's, again, like I'm always around in the city, and that's why I'm running for city commission, not just to stand up for rentals, but it's really to stand up and let's stop the nonsense. Let's focus on improving the city, improving the infrastructure, increasing accessibility to the beaches.
Yeah. And so
I'm the only one that's talked about no fees for parking.
Well, I was just going to bring it up because you said stop the nonsense, and it was the last beach, forever from here, that didn't charge for parking. I mean, Indian Rocks Beach. I mean, it was classically known. Hey, you can go and you do not have to pay to park. It looks like that. You know, they did that pilot program, which are they pulling back on that now? Because I heard
it's still going in. So the process is when they propose an ordinance, it has to go through an initial reading. And then the initial reading gets voted on, and it goes to a second reading. And if it gets past the second reading, then it goes into ordinance. They're still in that second phase of the second reading. But there is an interest in going out on a pilot. My challenge with it is, what are we going to use this money for? And Pinellas County residents already pay enormous amounts in taxes to get access to the beach. And now the one last beach that Pinellas County residents pay taxes for, is being taken away.
Yeah, somebody said, "Oh, you got to pay $4.50 to go to the beach." I'm like, "No, that's an hour. It's $4.50 an hour. It's not for the day. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad as long as you wanted to."
I don't know. The beaches are should be publicly accessible. If you go down to if you go to Bel Air Beach, completely shut down. If you go down to Reddington Beach, completely shut down.
Yeah.
Pinellas County residents pay for improvements on Gulf Boulevard. They pay for the beach stuff. They pay for the nourishment, or the tourists do. To me, it's why you would live here, not go live in Hillsborough or live in Pasco County or elsewhere.
Yeah. It's interesting. The short-term rental thing is really wild. It's so divisive, but I sort of get it. Like, because I've heard people say, well, I worked in, Michigan for 35 years and I was able to move down here and live my dream for the rest of my life, however long I have in the rest of my life. Yeah. and I wound up moving next to a business and a person that runs it as a business. And I know you said you have noise ordinances, but the person that's going to enforce that noise ordinance is also being paid by the neighbor next door to do probably other work and enforce noise ordinances. I mean, I really see both sides of it. I really do. Type of it. I appreciate somebody being a business person and saying, hey, I bought this house. I pay taxes on the house. I do everything I'm supposed to do. And, don't blame me, blame the county. Because, if you're playing by the rules in the county, it's one of those things. And it's hard, I think, for people. It's hard for people to understand unless you live here or live close to here. The dynamic is really wild.
Yeah. I think that, it's an ever-changing dynamic, but at the end of the day, time continues to move forward. The demand for different activities people have in their life is always going to change. The use of property is going to change. We can continue to try to go back in time, but we're always going to face some sort of friction with that. I live here full time. Like, I'm always around, and I advocate people to take absolute ownership of what is going on. That's why I probably have close to 500 different families stay every year.
Wow.
Across my place. I've not had a single issue in 3 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's just not this problem that is perceived to exist doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because it prevents a lot of families from visiting the area.
Yeah.
They don't feel welcomed.
I think outside of hurricanes, it's going to be like that's the big issue still, short-term rentals in Indian Rocks Beach outside of hurricanes.
It's weird though, because streets are flooding, which affects every single person.
Mm-hmm. It's just more, it's more like, but that's not divisive. So people don't talk about it, right? Because everybody's going to say, yes, stop the flooding, right? And nobody's and it's like the news, they raced down when they said, we're going to charge people $4.50 an hour. Oh, shitstorm. It was crazy. I saw the news trucks. I thought the Titanic washed them up on the beach. And it was like, no, they're charging $4.50 for parking. And I mean, people were fighting and screaming. And I'm like, oh, but I get what you're saying though. But it's just things like street flooding, which you say is happening too often. And again, 2026 probably shouldn't be happening at all, really. But it's just, that's not, they talk about like driving people to the polls and getting like massive support. Yeah. If you made a shirt and said, stop the street flooding, I don't know.
It's not going to win.
That's not going to do it. But if you made a shirt and said, I want to turn every house into a short-term rental, I don't know if you'd win, but boy, those meetings would be full. You know what I mean? So
no, I understand that, the issue where I get a lot of friction probably is the lack of most people who own rentals here cannot vote.
Right.
And I'm one of a few people who lives here who can vote. So the city's kind of taken this path of, we need to listen to the residents and only the residents. And that's turned a lot of people, some frustration, because there's more to the city than people who just live there. There's businesses, there's people who visit there. There's a whole environment and an ecosystem. And I'm trying to advocate that let's have conversations of what the real issues are. I proposed, the public probably should know this. I've proposed 3 times for some sort of resolution, 2 through court order mediations, and 1 through a public request at a city hearing where I was running for a city commission back in 2023. I don't like to fight, and I've met with the opposing team, the Homes and Hotels people. I've met with them, and I've wanted, let's figure this out. Let's figure out what the real issues are. But I'm not getting the response I want. So I'm gonna take it to the election, and I'm gonna win a seat, and we're gonna have some sort of balance. I'm not gonna say I can solve it all, but at least bring a balanced viewpoint to the conversation.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we wish you great luck. Thanks for reaching out. Appreciate you coming on. And, as always, every time we have somebody on, a candidate or something, we always, want to extend everybody's welcome to come on. We can't always schedule everybody when they want to come on, but we will get everybody on as we get into the off year election and things like that. So, but we'll have you back on. Yeah, for sure. Thank you again. Thanks for coming on. It always amazes me that I'm kind of going through this in Treasure Island right now. And Billy, you know this, like it's, there's all this back and forth. And so people are sending me all this stuff. I mean, we've got to talk about it because it's just kind of like, it's crazy what's going on there in Treasure Island. But I always say, you're welcome to come on. You're welcome to come on. And I have had some people from Treasure Island reach out, other people, not so much. But it's just like, this is an open forum. So you're welcome to come on. I think it's much better to come on a platform like this, honestly, and have a conversation instead of the news. Because what the news does is they'll kick the door in with their big camera with the light on, and they'll missile you these questions. And you're the person's like, you're so scared to they're going to get that 15-second soundbite. So you stumble in and you're like, oh, whatever. This is much more effective to come on and just have a conversation.
Because there's no got you questions, and it's not, you're not trying to be on the hot seat. You're just trying to have some sort of some sort of conversation, raise the questions, which is what he's doing. And that's good, man. Yeah.
We're not looking for a 15-second, we're just here kind of shooting the shit. And I think that's going to be, I tell everybody who's going to run, for candidacy for whatever it might be, this is the forum. I think that's going to be more beneficial to actually getting, you're not necessarily that you want to change somebody's mind, but at least to have everybody have a full understanding of who you are, what you're about, and things like that. So
it's a conversation. It's the way we used to do things before, probably maybe 2020 or before, but. And you could have, a few viewpoints. Maybe some you agree with, maybe some you don't. But it's not a hostile format for any.
No, I don't know anybody that I truly agree with 100% of everything. Like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's all right. So anyway, I extend that to any candidate or current politician. It's a good format to come on. Everybody can breathe. You're not against the gun. There's not a 10-foot camera being wheeled down the hall at you, and a big mic being, you're running to your car. I mean, it's so weird. That's how people used to actually make decisions. They'd turn on the 10 o'clock news and there'd be a candidate running to their car trying not to be interviewed. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So, they'd have the screen door in front of them. I'm not coming out.
They'd have the paper over their faces. Their yellow, their file folder, it's like, no comment. It's like, all right, you don't need to, I don't know. It's just goofy the way the media has evolved. Real quick, got to say hi to Reese Windows, reesewindows.com. Again, they'll never change, man. Pinellas County, they do it the right way. reesewindows.com. You'll never pay for installation. That's free, and a lifetime guarantee on your product. So you don't have to start buying all these extra warranties and all stair-stepping all these different levels of protection. And again, a Pinellas company, Reese Windows, reesewindows.com. And my buddies at Neptune Mobile Boat Services. Neptune Mobile Boat Services. They got a great facility in Clearwater, but they service the entire county. And their Pinellas podcast discount, of course, a free visual inspection. They've got this mobile truck. This is how they do all their service. They'll come right to you. They have a huge part store as well, but also 15% off all their services. You just got to mention the Pinellas podcast discount, but you can check their Facebook page out. They do a good job detailing all their work that they do on the water there. Neptune Mobile Boat Lift Services. Again, get that Pinellas podcast discount. All right, brother. Well, first show back in 2026.
Anytime you start 2026 with a possum and some sort of liquid skull, I mean, dude, it's hard to top it. So who knows what's going to happen next week? But
for any of y'all that missed the beginning of the show with the Attic Queen, you can go back. This show will post and stay up, but atticqueen.com. One of the more incredible businesses in Pinellas County. She was great. A lot of fun. She was just on Shark Tank. Man, that'll be awesome if she's able to close that deal, and we'll see her on Shark. So, again, thank you guys for liking the platform, following the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also, these hats are for sale, PinellasPodcast.com. Our snowbird shirts are for sale, PinellasPodcast.com. So load up on those while they are available. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday for Pinellas Podcast Live. Take care, y'all.
The Pinellas Podcast, live every Tuesday at noon.